Hi, my name is Pop. I'm making a video about Barry Manilow and his song I Am Music and connecting it to Jesus. I thought this was kind of unusual. Barry Manilow made this song very popular, and when I listened to it for the first time in the 70s, I thought it was kind of neat because it was so symbolic and it was sort of deep and stuff. It says, I am music. And I can really see that a professional musician like Barry Manilow, and he is not just performing music, he is not just working at that craft, that's not just his bread and butter. He identifies with it so very, very strongly that he doesn't just say, I'm a musician. He says, heck, I am music. And here's the lyrics of the song, and I'm not going to go over it. I can't sing or anything like that. You hear it in an elevator all the time. I went to Wiki and looked it up, and a guy named Bruce Johnston wrote the song in 1975, and it was done by a whole bunch of different people, including the Captain and Tennille. But Barry Manilow made it the most famous. Now, here's the deal. You go to a party and some guy says, hey, what are you? And the fella answers, I'm an accountant. He always answers with his job. The guy could answer, I'm a butcher, baker, or candlestick maker. It doesn't have to be accountant, of course. But the point is, he never does answer, I'm a father, a husband, a male, a human being, a 21st century person. Doesn't say something weird like I'm an organic earthling. Most people will say what they are is their job. That's the foremost aspect of their identity. And I was thinking about this in connection with the Rabbi Jesus a couple thousand years ago. There he is, trucking along. He's giving a sermon, and people listen to it. And after the sermon, some kid comes up to him, perhaps 15 years old, and he says, well, I was just passing by, and I heard you talking, and I stopped, and I listened. It was just so cool. I just love what you do. Gosh, how could I become, a rabbi like you? And that starts Jesus to thinking. Now he's got the burden of responsibility on how he answers this kid who is so impressionable. And Jesus says, well, let me think about that. And he says to himself, I really do like giving sermons. In that sense, I'm a sort of an entertainer, and I like to make people listen to my sermons. And here this kid just listened, but he asked, how could I be like you? Now, does he want to be like me, or does he want to be a rabbi? Am I trying to make rabbis, or am I trying to make people listen to me, or am I trying to make people spiritual? So he asks the kid, hey, kid, what's your dad do? And the kid says, well, my dad's a baker, sir. He said, does he like his job? And the kid says, yeah, he likes his job. Well, I like my job too. I'm a rabbi and your dad's a baker. And I guess your dad identifies with what he's doing. He bakes, and he likes to bake. He's like baking. That's what he does. And me, I'm sort of a rabbi. I'm on a spiritual trip. I'm on a journey. It's not that I get there. I don't ever finish, do I? Like your dad, he never finishes. He bakes one day, and then he bakes the next day. He continues to bake throughout his life. Well, I'm on a spiritual journey, and I am on this trip. I'm on a way. I am the way. And then the kid nods and understands. And he doesn't become a rabbi. He probably becomes a baker or something else. And Jesus identified with the journey so much that he said, I am the journey. I am the way. So I think it's the same sort of a thing. I am music. I am the way. But the point is, it's not my way or the highway. And when people hear that I am the way, they think that's the only way. And I don't know if that's a misinterpretation or not. I'm not qualified to answer that, but I kind of think it is. I kind of think that if you were able to resurrect Jesus today and ask him to explain that, he would say, well, heck, I'm just like Buddha, I'm just like Moses, I'm just like Muhammad. I am like any spiritual guy. I identify with this spiritual process. It's not like you only have to follow me. I'm not that arrogant. Anyone can lead you on a sort of a spiritual path who is directed towards goodness. There are some ways better than other ways from getting from here to there, but it's not the arrival of the journey that's important. It's the journey itself. I am the way.